Well, today we're going to jump into this forest behind us and trim up some trees. We've got some guys coming out. I'll primarily be working the tractor with the grapple to make sure that we pile it all up and burn it away. So welcome back to Changing Latitudes, and looking forward to sharing this out. branches and everything, you know, in a slash pile, but that slash pile will be moved. I like to keep things burning in one location, but give them the length and distance away from the slash pile that we normally use. I'm going off and staging it right now to a location that I can pull from later on. You can burn out in the middle of the trees, and many people do. There's literally nothing wrong with that. But, you know, of course, again, with it being April and everything being a little bit wet still, you don't even need a permit. So that's good and well, but I personally like to keep it away from the trees. You know, I've actually seen it where I singed off a big part of a tree just because it was too close. And it burned and it caused a fire, but I didn't like how it, you know, burned up the side of the tree, and then, you know, that was into that. So, you know, I tried to keep it in one location, you know, away from the trees as much as I can, which is, you know, quite possible to do. I just like to do it that way, and that's my preferred choice. Of course, it does make for a little bit more extra tractor work. Just keeping, you know, everything rolling and moving forward. Invaluable. It really has been. I like to say that the best combination on tractor and our particular case is often the field mower combined with the grapple. You know, you come across things that you need to pick up, you pick them up, you put them in the grapple, and generally speaking, now that we've got the place pretty much cleaned up, you know, there's only a couple, 2, 3 things that you come across, and then you field mow. So it's a good way of keeping the place cleaned up and moving forward by using the grapple and brush mower. Beautiful day for this. You know, you can't pick up everyone. You know, we're going to have it in the mid-40s today for us to, you know, work and not just sweat to death. It's also a good time of the year to do this because we're ahead of, you know, the period where the deer are just being born, and you know they like to hide their young ones in the bush over here. So we want to get it kind of cleaned up before they start doing that process. The turkeys actually also Sure, I'm getting the technical word for it, but they'd like to also go ahead and have our young out here in the field as well. So didn't want to come out here and start messing with all this stuff while they were out here, doing their thing. So it'll be cleaned up and ready for them to do their the nature thing and keep that thing rolling. Interesting, after being here for 4 years, your expectations versus what actually gets done. It's just the largesse of having acreage. It's just overwhelming at times to make sure that you can get everything done. I always kind of like it. It's being extremely hungry and thinking you can eat 25 bowls or whatever. And then when you get to the first one done, you're pretty much done and you're full. It's the same thing with the workload around a place with acreage. You start off the day thinking you can get this, and that done, and by the end of the day you're pretty beat up, and you've got one quarter of what you wanted done. So, but I've learned to bring in those estimates so that I don't find myself somewhat disappointed with the outcome of the day. So now I've changed my expectations. It's a lot. You have to really respect folks. As I've said before, I'm a suburbanite doing this stuff for the first time in my life, and you really have to respect people who live in rural communities. Whether it be farming or, in this case, forestry and working with their surroundings. It's a lot of work. It's not just cruising your way through your suburban life, and there's a lot to it. And so I've come to absolutely, even one of the things that's overlooked is the knowledge base that it takes to run a property like this. It's phenomenal. You have to really think of things in a different way as you work in these rural areas, like I say. Well, here's an interesting moment. We're sitting here with a little, I wouldn't call it hail, I would call it like little snow styrofoam balls. And we got a little bit of sun, and we need to get some of this slash pile burnt up. So I'm gonna go ahead and try my best to light this up. We're in mid-April. The ground is wet, the trees are wet, there's no permit needed, but that's the biggest slash pile I've ever burnt up. So let's go for it. So, normally, I just light this guy up from the inside out and see what I get. This is a monster. So let's open the valve up. See what we get. All right, here we go. obviously it's super green right now, so it's going to be a slow burn, which is good. It's actually a pretty large slash pile. I actually have another one of these sitting in the back that I got to haul over. I only like to burn in one location, so it should take its pretty time, which is fine. There's some massive logs in there, and to be honest with you, I'd kind of like to see it be a little slow burn and get this down a little bit, and then work our way to cleaning it up on the back end. I think what I'm going to go ahead and do is go pick up some more brush and put it right there on top of that burn. It looks like it's starting to get a little hot there, so I believe we can maybe get a kick started with by putting some brush on it, get it toasted up, and it'll start to burn the rest of the slash pile. One of the things that I've always been a little bit anxious of is putting the tractor near the fire and dropping it in. I still very much respect it, so it's not like I'm just kind of willy-nilly doing it now, but I've come to be able and comfortable. I get in and get out. So it keeps it going and works out. Wow, what a lot of smoke. A lot of smoke. So there we go. It's just going to throw off a ton of smoke because it's really wet, but it's going now. Well, it's pretty much a wrap on this day. This is a mop-up part of it all. I've moved that entire secondary slash pile that I had built out over to the burn. Terrific. It's good to have that completed. I do have some straggler stuff around the perimeter that I got to work on, and of course there's always a debris field when you're moving that much wood around. So we'll have some cleanup over the next couple weeks just to kind of consolidate down. But for the most part, this year's burn is done.